Thank you for tuning in to the Rational Bettor. Luke Skywalker here. Got 3 matchups to be able to get you to the winner with and cash in for Wednesday, July 15th. Anything that's even if it's good for you, if you overdo it, it still won't be good for you. So always be responsible and just let's not get out of hand. Live to fight another day. And also remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. If you or anybody that you know have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. And then also be rational, as we always say. Be rational and live to fight another day. We got 3 matchups for you for Wednesday, July 15th on the WNBA. Remember, guys, tune in tomorrow for Thursday. We got a couple more WNBAs, and baseball will kick back in between Philly and the Mets. Philly will be back at home right after the All-Star break. They have Nola on the mound, and we'll see who the Mets are slated to pitch. Our first matchup is the Seattle Storm versus the Chicago Skies. We're going to have Natisha Hyman going on the road with Dominique Malonga to battle Camila Cardoso and Natasha Hyman and Gabriel Marquez. It's going to be a good matchup right here. You got 2 teams, 2 bottom feeders, 2 of the worst teams in WNBA. It's going to be an up and down game, a lot of high scoring. Most of these teams right here, the Chicago Skies, have given up 92 points or more the last 4 out of their 5 games. So they don't play no good defense. And they got Camila Cardoso in the paint, and she'll be able to score easily. She a big body. Against Malonga, which is a thin frame, but very active, very agile. She's averaging 8 rebounds a game, and she'll be able to battle Camila Cardoso. Guys, a lot of times remember this. If the matchup is not into your favor, you don't have to jump into it. You can look at the team total. You can look at the player props. You don't have to jump to the spread. Just isolate the total and see what is the best matchup. Are these teams getting up and down? Are these teams stalling in the second half? And you can be able to attack the under or attack the over. Or if you see a player props, if you see a player that continually is a master on the court, whether it's offense or rebound, then take that player and get out the way. You don't have to worry about the spread with the headaches. So a lot of times you look at the matchup, think to yourself, what is the best value? What is the best situation for this game? Is it a player props, rebound, scoring, assist, or is it the overs and under? And if it is, then you attack that side. If one team can't stop anybody, like the Chicago Skies, a lot of times if your books allow you, attack the team total over. That way you don't have to sweat both teams trying to get up and down. Take the other team to do what they do against a sorry team. They don't play defense. Or if one team have a great, formidable defense, then you attack the team total under against another team that they can't score. Seattle Storms against Chicago Skies. The Skies 7-16 overall, 3-7 at home. They're a really better team on the road. They're 4-9 straight up on the road. 1-5 the last 6 games against the spread on the road. They're 11-12 overall against the spread. 6-4 against the spread the last 10 games. They're 4-6 against the spread at home. 3-4. They've been playing much better. 3-4. 3-1 the last 4 games at home against the spread. 7-6 against the spread away. So the Skies, they've been covering better lately at home. They covered 3 out of the last 4 at home. If you look at their splits overall, they're a much better team on the road. They're 7-6 against the spread on the road. And they won 4 out of their 7 games on the road. But they coming home after they had some great battles. They just went on the road. The Chicago Skies lost to Dallas 96-91. We had them that night plus 12.5. They owned Dallas, so that was a good matchup to be able to back Chicago with the points. They just lost to the Sparks 102-87. Like I said, the last 5 games for the Chicago Skies, y'all. So their defense is not good. We expect Seattle to come in there and then be able to get up and down. And when we look at the Seattle Storm, 6-19 overall, not a good team. They trash. They're a bottom feeding team. They're 4-8 at home overall, 2-9 on the road. Just been ridiculously bad on the road. but they cover the spread. They're 14-11 against the spread, 8-4 against the spread at home, 3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games at the house. They're 6-7 against the spread on the road, 3-3 the last 6 games. They score 80 points, giving up 85 points. It's not a good team. They're rebuilding, first-year coach. They don't have a lot to go with. But if you look at this matchup right here, this is going to be the first time that Chicago Sky is the favorite in this matchup. The last 5 games, Seattle been a heavy favorite. They've been favored by at least 9.5 or more, and they have covered these matchups. Seattle Storm beat Chicago 79-69. Beat Chicago 94-88. Seattle had won all these 4 out of the last 5 straight up against the Chicago Skies. Chicago won back in July 5th, 2024. They beat Seattle Storm 88-84. That's the only matchup that Chicago won against the Seattle Storm. Like I said, this is the first time that Seattle will be the dog against Chicago. They own this team. They've been heavily favored against this team. Minus 3.5 for the Skies. I believe Seattle will be able to stick around. But the spread is something that it's up and down, guys. There's really no true tall tales on what side to be on. It's going to be a good game. If anything, I would take Seattle plus 3.5. Take Seattle on the money line, but the play of the day on this matchup, the play is attack the over. They got at 170.5. It'll go over. Like I said, Chicago have given up at least 92 points the last 4 out of their 5 games. So they don't play no good defense. Camila Cardoso will be able to score in the paint. She a big body. She'll be able to be in that paint, get layups, get offensive rebounds. She averaged 2.5 offensive rebounds a game. Dominique Malonga averaged 2.5 offensive rebounds a game. So these two teams, they're going to get second chance points. They're going to get second chance basket. And that's how the game going to go over. So it's really not to be too much to be able to look into this. Camila Cardoso, guys, you can be able to take her on her player props, take her points over. She scored 18 the last couple of games. She's hot right now. It's really not too many girls in WNBA that can really match up with her when they feed her the speed food of the ball. She's a big Amazon. It's not too many her size they can bang with her. Malonga is active. She's wiry, like a Kevin Garnett type build. She's athletic. She's agile, but she don't have the body type to be able to hang in the paint with Camila Cardoso. So like I said, guys, take Chicago Skies, take that over, or you can take Seattle team total over and get out the way. Take Seattle team total over and just watch them do what they do on the offensive side, or attack the over 170. We believe this game will be way over 180. They got at 170, but it's going to go way over 180. So attack that over. Our second matchup is my favorite one, Minnesota Lynx against the Los Angeles Sparks. This right here is a good matchup. There's two good teams. The Sparks missing Kelsey Plum, and she's still going to be out for the foreseeable future. She had a sprain on her leg, so she'll be out for a minute. And Minnesota, one of the best teams, well-rounded. They coming off an unbelievable game. Phoenix Mercury took them to the wire. We was on Minnesota that night, minus 12.5, and they didn't cover it. Phoenix just had a hell of a game. Kalia Cooper did what she supposed to do. But this game, we like the over. We like this over here. One of our favorite teams to take the over on is the Sparks. One of the most fast-paced team in WNBA. Their defense is one of the worst. When we look at this matchup, Minnesota's 18-6 overall, 8-4 at home, 10-2 on the road, 16-8 against the spread. The best covering team next to Golden State overall. Against the spread at home, they are modest 7-5. Outstanding 9-3 against the spread on the road. The number one offensive team in the West, putting up 90.5 points a game, giving up 81. So that's why we like this game to be able to get up and down. The Los Angeles Sparks, 10-12 overall, 5-7 at home, 5-5 on the road. They're a much better team on the road, especially when Kelsey Plum was directing that offense. They're 9-13 against the spread, 4-8 against the spread at home, 5-5 against the spread on the road, putting up 89 points, but giving up 93.5 points a game, guys. Almost 100. And this team gonna get up and down. Even without Kessler Plump, they still got Nneka Ogwumike, De'Arca Hambry, those two monsters right there, two Amazon in the paint. It ain't too many teams that can match up with those two Twin Towers. That's why they're going to get easy buckets, easy rebounds, offensive rebounds. And Nneka Ogwumike have improved on her three-point shooting. She's shooting the three-point at a very good clip this year. Take this game to go over. It's going to be a really good matchup. I'm excited to watch this game. The last 5 matchup, head-to-head, Minnesota have been blowing out the Sparks. And the last 4 out of 5 have went over. 2 straight have went over head-to-head. Minnesota, the Lynx, have been favored heavily in this matchup. And they have been getting the job done. Minnesota, with Olympic Miles, we expect them to keep going. Minus 12.5 is still a lot, though, guys. I love Minnesota. I take them damn near every night. If I don't take the team total over, usually we take the spread, but we live and die with Olympic Miles. Points, rebound, and assists, just run with that. Take to the window and cash it. Olympic Miles gonna give you right now. She was at 15 points a game. She didn't push that all the way to 19.5. That's how explosive she have been. That's how locked in she have been. And then she's still getting you 7, 8 assists. She's going to get you 5, 6 rebounds. So Olivia Miles, it's always a play to put in your back pocket and cash that. Take off points and rebound and assist and get out the way. But this matchup, 12.5 is just a lot. I believe the Sparks, a much better road team, 12.5. And Minnesota is a guard-oriented team. Remember, they're going to run a 3-guard set with Kayla McBride, with Courtney Williams, and Olivia Miles. So those 3, they're going to do anything they want against the opponent. But in the paint, without Napisha Collier, that's where you can attack Minnesota. And we believe with Nneka Ogwumike and De'Arca Hambry, they have their way in there. And it's going to be a good matchup. Nneka and De'Arca will be able to score in the paint. And Olivia Miles and Kayla McBride, they'll be able to penetrate, hit jumpers. You know, the mid-range queen, Courtney Williams, she gonna gas them all night, 15-footers, 18-footers. That's unstoppable. When she pull up, you might well turn back around and get it out the net. So this matchup, just take it over, guys. Take it over. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be in the hundreds. And take back the Sparks plus 12.5. Back to Sparks plus 12.5. Take the game over. You can sprinkle in Olivia Miles on her PRA. You can sprinkle in Nneka Ogwumike. Take over on her threes. She's been hitting the 3-point lately. Been hitting 3 out of 4 the last 3 games. And she, on that pick and pop, a lot of teams is really not respecting her like that. And she's able to knock it down at a good rate, a cash-in rate. And you could take De'Arca Hambry to get her rebounds, 6, 7.5, 7. Her and Nneka be really right there, 7.5. I attack a lot of times if I don't mess with the spread. I take De'Arca Hambry and Nneka Ogwumike over on their rebound, and then I'll take the over on the Sparks. And guys, like I always say, anything we give y'all, always straight bet it across. Straight bet it all the way across. And then if you want to just tie it all together, or tie 3 of them together, or tie 4 of them together, you can go ahead and make a leg. But the next day, we want to be able to cash. So we don't want to go 5 out of 6, 7 out of 8, 3 out of 5, and then, the parlay have some sleepless nights. That's why the best way is to straight bet, double your money, and live to fight another day. Live to fight another day and treat this like a job. Some people go to work all day, 10, 12 hours, work their ass off to make $150, $200. So why don't you make that in 2, 3 hours? Straight bet that, and then the next day, just slowly roll your money over. Remember, fast horse don't run long. And anything good for you, you overdo it, it still will put you in a hole. And then, guys, our last matchup that we're going to go to is one of my favorite ones. the Golden State Backers, one of my favorite teams to back, the number one defensive team in the WNBA. They own the Fevers. They beat them 3 out of 4 matchups head to head. 3 out of 4 matchups head to head. Golden State, the Backers have handled the Fevers. They bracket the perimeter. They force Caitlin Clark to take 35-foot 3-pointers rather than 30, and then they force her to terrible shots, and she already take bad shots. Caitlin Clark, people say she's one of the best shooters. Yeah, she take a lot of terrible shots. When they're not going in, the team get in a hole. Long rebound, long outlet. Team get to running. And they coming off an emotional win, one of the best wins they had this season. Well, that's the second time because they own Vegas. They went on the road, beat Vegas straight up, plus 5.5. Good money line, plus 175. And cashed that in, and the game went over. So coming back home, they have a letdown in this game. And it's not going to be against the Vegas team where, on the perimeter, they don't have no good defensive players. Chelsea Gray is not what she used to be. She's, she's long in the tooth now. She's an older lady. So she don't have the quick speed to be able to keep up with Kelsey Mitchell. And we had that on the other day. We was on Kelsey Mitchell. She owned Vegas. She scored at least 21. Last game she scored at least 21 points. So at 20 and a half, it was a no-brainer, and it was one of the easiest bet to cash. Like I said, this matchup, we look at the last 4. We go to the tail of the tape. The Fevers, 14-9 overall, 8-4 at home, 6-5 on the road. They against the spread, guys. This is where usually I take Kelsey Mitchell. Usually I take the game over. But as far as messing with the Fevers, it's a coin toss. They 11-11 against the spread. You'll never know what you're gonna get with them. They're not a good team covering the spread, So a lot of time against the spread, look, 6-6 at home against the spread, 5-5 on the road against the spread, putting up 94 points a game, but giving up 89. They up and down team. They're gonna shoot threes. Cunningham gonna shoot threes. Kelsey Mitchell gonna shoot threes. Caitlin Clark gonna shoot threes. Aaliyah Boston gonna be in the paint. She gonna rumble in there, but they don't feed her enough. But she still get enough touches. She gonna give you 16, 17, and she gonna get you 8, 9 rebounds. But one of my favorite players to fade is Aaliyah Boston. Her rebounds be like 8.5, and she don't get that a lot. You look up at a lot of time, she have 2-3 rebounds at halftime, and then she won't get another one till the end of the third, going to the fourth quarter. So just keep that in mind. Aaliyah Boston, she don't regularly go over on her rebounds. So a lot of time I take her under, take Kelsey Mitchell over. But when we go look at Golden State, one of my favorite teams since last year, when they came in the inaugural season, Golden State came in just smashing teams. 10-3 overall at home, 17-7 overall, 10-3 at home, 7-4 on the road against the spread, 15-8 overall, 8-4 against the spread at home, 7-4 against the spread on the road. One of my favorite teams to back on the road. 81 points a game on the offensive side. They're giving up 76, the best defensive team in WNBA. And they shoot the most threes in WNBA and make the most threes in WNBA. Even though Portland Fire, they jack it up at an alarming rate, but they don't have no defense to back up what they do on the offensive side. Golden State is the number 1 3-point shooting team in the WNBA, attempts in made, and we like them to go on the road. And the spread is 1.5, guys. It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em. They're not giving the Indiana Fevers no leverage to be able to back them right here at minus 1.5. This one of the bear traps right here. They just beat Vegas. So a lot of times, a lot of people going back the Fevers, thinking if they went to the road and beat Vegas straight up plus 5.5 at plus 175, they should come home and beat this Golden State team, this small oriented team, a guard oriented team. But we love Golden State plus 1.5, and then take the over. And then guys, like I said, we're gonna keep giving you great aspects on which way to attack. If you, like I said, if you messing with somebody else, always tune in with us. We're gonna get you some information that'll be able to give you a upper hand. We're gonna give you these games early in the morning, so you have plenty of time to get to the window, plenty of time to double check, plenty of time to make sure stone unturned. Let's smash the over on Chicago Skies and Seattle Storms. Take this game over right here, over 171. It's already climbing. It started at 170. It's already at 171 and a half. If you get up to 172, 173, still take that. We like this game to be at over 180. This line should be set at 179 to me. What we looked at, the numbers we crunched, it should be at 179. They got at 171. Hammer this game. Hammer the over. Two bottom feeding teams. They really don't have much to play for. It'll be an up and down game. Smash the over 171 and a half. Take the Los Angeles Sparks plus 12 and a half on the road against Minnesota. It's going to be a good game. 12 and a half is just a lot. Even without Kelsey Plum, we still like the Sparks to be able to hang around, lose by 5 or 6, and let this game go over 182. This game going to be in the hundreds. This game going to be in the hundreds. It should be in Minnesota 106. Minnesota 106, the Sparks 98. That's what the score should be. Around by the numbers we crunched, all the numbers we looked at, it should be a 6-7 point game. Well going over 182. This game should be around 58, 53 at halftime. We love this game to go way over the 182 and a half. We got this game at 191. We got this game right here. The numbers we crunched, we got this game at 191. Back Golden State. They own the Indiana Fevers. They beat them 3 out of the 4 head-to-head matchup. The last 2 games head-to-head went over. This Golden State and Indiana matchup right here, guys. Let's hammer Golden State at plus 1.5. They own this matchup right here. They have beat the Fevers 3 out of the last 4 head-to-head, and they just one of the best teams you can get. And Indiana coming off that emotional wins on the road in Las Vegas, they come home and have a letdown, and then push this game over 168. This game will go over 168. But the strong play is Golden State. Hammer Golden State plus 1.5, and sprinkle a little bit on the over. But our best play is Golden State on the run line. Hammer Golden State on the run line. And guys, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. And then always, guys, come back and tune in with us, and we'll have some more on the next day. We're going to have some great slate. Baseball is coming back up. Let's build a little bankroll here to be able to try to get us going. And, before the All-Star break for the WNBA, and then, before this football season coming in, after the OTA is over with, we'll be able to get the preseason. And just keep tuning in, guys. We're going to have some great information. Thank you for tuning in to the Rational Bettor, Luke Skywalker.